Good morning, students. Hope you all are well. So, in our previous classes, we have discussed about the absorption by roots. So, today we are going to discuss the root pressure. So, you have seen that if you cut the shoot of the plant, water means some of the sap or the fluid will come out from the root stem. So, this is actually due to the root pressure. Now let's see what is root pressure. So it is generally developed due to cell osmosis in the root tissue. So as the cell means the stretched cell or the target cell press the next cell, the force will flow of water increased inward. So when the water reaches the xylem vessel, means after the root hair or the root hair cells, means epidermal cells, there is the xylem vessel. So when the water reaches the xylem vessel, it enters the pores of the thick walls with a considerable amount of force. Thus the root pressure is one of the forces to raise the water or to help in the upward movement of water in the stem into the leaves. That means the flow of water from the roots to the stem or into the leaves, or this upward movement is generally occur due to this root pressure. Okay. Now, as you have seen in the diagram, so water entering through the root hairs and it will pass into the next cell by the process of osmosis, and after that it will goes into the xylem vessel or the cells of the xylem tissue. So it is so through this path the water will goes into this upward direction from the root hair cells or the epidermal cells to the xylem vessel, and after that into the different parts of the plants and to the leaves also. Next, another term is there, that is guttation. So what is guttation? So in some plants, in some actually in some small plants like tomato grass, and in case of fern also, sometime in case of banana, in these plants the root pressure is very high. The root pressure is very high to pull the water all through the stem and to the leaves, and so that what happen, sometimes it will goes through the end of the leaf veins, and this water appear as a very small and tiny droplets or the drops along the margin or the tip of the leaves. Okay, especially in the early mornings you can see there is the drop of water present at the tip or the margin of the leaf. So this loss of water or the by the process this water loss occur, that is known as guttation. Now, what are the importance of root hairs and the upward movement of absorbed water and minerals? Actually, without root and the root hairs, plant cannot absorb any minerals or water. So absorption of water by the roots is by the means of root hairs, only by the root hairs. So root hair contain the cell sap which already I have told that it has a higher concentration of salt as compared to the outside of the soil water. So this different sets the osmosis and the outside water diffuse into the root hairs. As the salt concentration is higher inside the root hair, so from outside there is the water will comes into the root hair. So from the cell, epidermal cells which are having these root hairs, the water continues to pass into the next cell one after another. Okay, and finally after that it will reach into the xylem vessel. and so it is the absorption of water, and next is the absorption of mineral elements. So from the soil, absorption of mineral elements from the soil involves the active transport by the cell. Already I have discussed what is active transport. So mineral may be absorbed in the form of ions, and the dilute solution of water and mineral salts absorbed from the soil by the roots, and they can be further used for this for their food manufacture in the leaves. And the upward flow of the water and salts or the ions, that is generally occurs through the xylem or the xylem vessel. So as you can see in this diagram, the long cells, these are the root hair cells, and there is the inside the soil there is the soil water. So the concentration is less, means the mineral concentration or the salt concentration is less in the soil water, so it will come into the root hair cells, and after that it will goes into the next cell, and at last they will go into the xylem vessel, and there is the upward movement of the water and minerals. Next, there are some experiment on absorption and conduction of water in plants. So let's see what are this experiment. So the first experiment is to show the roots absorb water. Okay, so we have to take two test tubes. Here two test tubes are there. So we have to take fill two test tube with water, and we have to give few drops of oil so that there is no loss of water by evaporation. So in test tube number 1, only water is there and the few drops of oil is there, no such thread of any plant is there. But in test tube B, we have to give a very small plant with roots. So after 2 or 3 hours, or after 1 day, we can see we can observe that in test tube B the water level has decreased. Why? Because the root absorbs water. So from this experiment we can conclude that by the roots only there is absorption of water.